Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Global Master Toy Review. And today's one we were looking at the 2010 release by Bandai of the Robot Spirits action figure review. And today's action figure review we're looking at series number 54 of Geara Zulu from the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn series. If you haven't checked it out, you can always check on YouTube for it. Now, I got this straight from two friends of mine who actually chipped in to buy this for me as a birthday gift that happened on November 4th, 2010. So I really have to thank these two guys there. Really awesome friends. Now, the pricing for this action figure is actually 115 ringgit. Really pricey stuff for this scale of an action figure. Typical stuff straight from Bandai actually. So at the front part of packaging, you'll notice there's the title itself, the Robot Spirits. At the bottom, the number itself. Here you get to see the entire figure being displayed there, and next to it is the weapon. There's actually more weapons inside, I hope, because at the back of the packaging it shows there's an axe and a bazooka. Very nicely done. Now at the bottom is serial number for this particular mag itself, AMS 129 there, and at the bottom you'll notice the logo for the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Very nice. On the side there's a nice little image of the Geara Zulu. On the other side, nothing. On the top side, just the label itself, and at the bottom more of its label. And here you get to see this nice little sticker that stated that it's manufactured in Hong Kong. Quite interesting. Now at the back you get to see more of its pictures being displayed and what sort of poses you can do with it. You notice there's another weapon there, the axe weapon, which is actually a beam axe weapon. There's a bazooka strap on the back. Very nicely done, very detailed stuff. So without further ado, let's open up this packaging so we can molest the toy. Be right back. And we're back on the figure, and there's the stuff out of the packaging. Now inside the packaging it comes with a lot of accessories. Let's take a look at the weapons first. It comes with an assault rifle, some sort of assault rifle that attached with a grenade launcher. And on top or on the side of the assault rifle itself there's a scope with another scope on top. It's actually more of a targeter. It's very nicely detailed stuff, as you can see, and you notice it's all painted in really metallic red on the top parts here on the scope and this section here. Very detailed stuff. Gotta love this. Next we have a bazooka that's shaped like a RPG rocket launcher. It's very nicely done. Simple paint job. Also the targeter there, or the scope there, is painted in metallic red. Very nice. The sides here is painted in yellow. Very nicely done. Not as detailed as the assault rifle, but still very nice. Then it gets even more interesting. Comes with a pair of hand grenades, you notice, and this is very interesting. It's shaped similarly like the old hand grenades from, well, the German side in World War II. The stick grenades. Very nicely done. Next we have an unpowered of the beam axe hilt here. Very nice. And the powered version, you notice this is a clear green translucent plastic of the blade and the spear itself. Very nicely done. Comes with a pair of open hands. The fingers are all soft plastic there. A pair of grabby hands for you to, well, equip the figure with all sorts of weapons, and a pair of enclosed hands, as you can see that. Next we have the front skirts, where you clip on to the front part of the skirt. Once you remove the original skirt itself, you just clip it on. You have to be careful when you wanted to remove the skirts itself from its clip, otherwise you may accidentally break it, so try not to use too much force. You notice this skirt is actually, these two skirts here, is actually equipped with additional magazines. Very nicely done. Then the final piece is the butt piece here. It's actually connected to the back portion of the skirt itself. There's a hole there, and there's a peg here. You notice there's a peg here. Once clipped in, you can actually store few of the weapons. That's I'm going to show like so. The two stick grenades here store at one side of the portion here. And this section here is to store the unpowered BMAX, like so. And the final accessory to store is to clip the RPG like bazooka onto the back portion here, like so. Very nice. And then you can clip it like so. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. The paint job is absolutely very nicely done. There's no paint smudges anywhere. I really like this paint job at the bottom part of the wrist itself. You notice there's the logo, very nicely done with the logo itself. So does the chest piece here. You notice there's a nice little logo there, very nicely done with the small little paint details being put in there. Eyes is also painted, but not as metallic as shown as the rest of the accessories, but still alright. Very nice little small little details being put there as well. So that's at the back. On the bottom, there's nothing much. Small little details are very nicely done. So that's on this side here, on the gears, very nice. Now for the figure's mold, the mold is very nicely done. It looks similarly like the old Zaku. Since this is a new series of the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn series, this guys, the Geara Zulus, the AMS 129, borrows similarly to the original Zaku from the 0079 series and incorporate a similar design from the, if I'm gonna recall, I might be wrong on this, from the Double Z series where the Gundam has a full armor version there. It could be from that. I haven't watched Gundam for a long time, but the entire mold is very detailed, especially on the head itself, very nicely done. The helmet, the shoulder pad, the shoulder shield, very nicely done. Backpack as well, and all the wires or whatever the power cables attached to the body itself is very nicely done. All the thrusters are being shown, very nice. Bottom part of the max feet is also very nicely detailed, very nice. Let's take a look at the figure's articulation. This is quite impressive articulation. The head is actually on a 2 ball joints for the top part and at the bottom section, so you can actually pivot to whatever fashion degree that you want to, but cannot go 360 degrees. It's a bit hindered, as you can see, but can look up, look down a little bit, go side to side as well. You can see very nice motion of neck joint there. Torso, upper torso here is also quite interesting. It can pivot a little bit, tilt a little bit down, a little bit up, very nice. Waist joint here can go side to side, also limited due to the power cables being on the side here, but very nicely done. All the articulation is there. Shoulder joint here can go inwards and outwards, as you can see, or up and down like so, and turn 360 degrees, very nice. Or can spread the arms this one, like so. The other one spreads even further because this one is being hindered by the shield itself, very nice. Upper bicep turns 360 degrees. Double jointed elbow, yes, double jointed elbow, very nice. Now the wrist joint is on a ball joint, so I don't have to explain too much. You can go all over the place and turn 360 degrees, go inwards and outwards, whatever position that you want. Now the hip joint is also quite interesting, but a bit hindered due to the skirt itself, understandable. You can actually remove the skirts up a little bit and position them in whatever fashion that you want, because it's in a sort of like a hinge, if you want to call it that way. Side skirts can also lift all the way up like so. The hip joints here is very nicely done. It goes forward, back a little bit, go to the side. Swivel tie that turns side to side, very nicely done as well. Double jointed knee, but doesn't bend all the way though, but still alright, very nice. Ankle joint here can go downwards, upwards a little bit, side to side, and the front foot here can bend forward like so. A lot of motion can be done with this figure itself, very nicely done. You can see why it's, well, it costs 115 ringgit there. Now Let's fully equip this figure with all its accessory. Be right back. And we're back after fully equipping the entire figure with all the accessories. Now you'll notice that basically the figure can actually equip most of everything except for the 2 extra pair of hands and the, well, normal skirts itself. Yes, he even carries his own beam weapon, the beam axe weapon, and also the unpowered version as well that's strapped to the back of his butt, which is very nicely done. Now to equip the right hand with the beam weapon itself, the beam axe itself, you don't stop it from the top itself, you can actually stop it to the side because the fingers are all actually soft plastic. Now on the other hand, it's quite easily stop it in on the handle straight onto the, well, the gripping hand here, just like so. You don't have to do anything to it, and it holds it quite well. Very nicely done. Now with all the equipment being stored at the back here, it's a bit hindered on the left arm, you'll notice. And sometimes on the shield itself, on the right shield, it will also be there's a little bit of a hindrance there as well, but it's still alright depending on how you pose it. Even the figure can actually hold the grenades on his hands with no problem. Very nicely done. And for posability, it's a bit pain when you want to pose the figure. It's due to the skirts itself, because you have to jiggle around to spread the skirt a little bit further away so you can actually pose the legs a bit better. Other than that, the entire figure is very well done, very nicely done. I would say if I'm going to give a rating out of this, I would say it is actually a very impressive figure, but very pricey for this kind of scale itself. I mean, 115 ringgit is a bit too pricey just to get this. Yes, this is a very awesome figure. Yes, the paint job is very nice. All the details are there, but 115 is too pricey. So if I'm going to give a rating of this, well, very good figure, I would say a 9 out of 10 if you can afford such a figure that costs 115 ringgit. So yes, Geara Zulu, 9 out of 10, and I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.